Did you know some people live every day with knowing their precious memories will fade away? How would you like your entire world to slowly disappear until you die? This is how people with Alzheimer's have to live.
Well, how would you feel to be more educated on the subject, to know when things will happen and have more control over your life and inform others? In the first part of this animation, we will show you the general information on Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease is a form of dementia that causes your brain to degenerate cells. It is caused by mutated proteins which create plaques and tangles. The plaques infect in between the neurons and the tangles are inside of them. These cause the neurons to deteriorate.
Some of the symptoms are having trouble remembering things, declining in thinking, and issues with social interactions.
Alzheimer's starts in the hippocampus, where memories are formed. The plaques and tangles slowly destroy the hippocampus. Recent memories aren't able to be recollected. If you ask someone who is deep into the first stage what they had for lunch 30 minutes ago, they would most likely not be able to tell you.
Next, at the second stage, plaques and tangles move to the rest of the cerebrum, and a person loses their ability to solve problems and use logic. Emotion, senses, and language becomes jumbled up and lost. They also start to forget their personal history. This causes lots of confusion.
The third and final stage of Alzheimer's is where the plaques spread to the cerebellum, and eventually the brainstem. They lose control of balance and movement, and need help doing basic things like walking. And then, at the very end, they lose control over all vital actions. Things like your heart and respiration stop.
There are many different types of dementia. After all, dementia is just a syndrome, which is a group of symptoms that occur together. So basically, dementia is just the overall term with memory loss diseases. Alzheimer's, on the other hand, is just a subtype of dementia. Alzheimer's is also a progressional disease, whereas dementia is the overall term with memory loss and difficulty with other brain control tests.
If you or a loved one were to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's, you'd probably want to know the number of years they had left. A typical Alzheimer's patient has 4 to 8 years after diagnosis, but some can live for another 20 years. Now let's compare this prediction to another common disease, hepatitis B. Most people diagnosed with hepatitis B have 6 fewer years to live than the normal human being, but usually hepatitis B causes liver disease, which would cause your expectancy to go down.
The first ever discovery of having Alzheimer's was in 1901 with a lady named Augusta Dieter. She was delusional and she had memory loss. She went to a doctor named Alois Alzheimer who didn't know how to treat her. After she died, there was an autopsy where they found the plaques and tangles in her brain. Alzheimer's is one of the top 10 most killing diseases, but it is the only one with no way to prevent, slow down, or cure.
Alzheimer's is a deadly disease that is hard to cure, so be aware.